join me this morning for another drive in the Dodge I Just Don't Caravan. My name's Ollie, and here's your loaf of daily bread. Today's loaf comes to us from Johann Sebastian Goeth, and he says, "To think is easy, to act is hard, but the hardest thing in the world is to act in accordance with your thinking." You might have an idea, you might think it is a valid idea or even a good one. You may desire to see this idea manifest in your life, but that leap from idea to reality requires action, and this is where I know I stumble most often. So it is easy to think, to have ideas, to know the right course of action or the right thing to do. But following through is so much harder. You know the expression, easier said than done? I think in a way this quote is an elaboration or an expansion on that idea. It's easy to say, it's harder to do, and according to Goeth and my own personal experience, the hardest thing of all is to do according to your thinking. In other words, to align your beliefs with your actions in the real world. Now, I don't know why it's hard to put things into motion in the real world. I don't know why it's difficult to act in accordance with your thinking, but I have theories. The reason it's so difficult to align your thinking with your doing is that there isn't just one of you in there. If it were just you in there, it would be pretty straightforward. You wouldn't have to contend with all these other impulses and these other desires and these other conflicting ideas that might exist elsewhere in the psyche. If you were a singular, whole, indivisible, and harmonious unit, you would never experience these difficulties. I would never experience these difficulties. We would be acting in accordance with our thoughts all the time. I know food is a big one for me and my wife. We love to eat, and we love to eat delicious things. And my wife especially, she will throw out an entire afternoon to make some elaborate Thai meal or whatever it is that she's craving. And it's totally unnecessary, it's extravagant, but damn it, food tastes good. So in any case, this is one of those examples. You crave something. You have a craving for a delicious meal or a snack or munchies or whatever, and you know you shouldn't have it. You know that you're, starting to get a little soft in the midsection or whatever. And so your thinking is that you should not indulge in excessive overeating of junk food. But aligning your behavior with that thinking is not easy at all. At least for me, it isn't. Despite knowing that certain foods are bad for me, knowing that overeating is not good, I still struggle to control myself, to regulate my impulses. So I think Goeth is right on the money, man. I think he knows. He's talking like someone who knows from firsthand experience. And I should know because I'm in that boat as well. And I suspect many of you are also in that boat. The way I see it with regards to impulses and desires and cravings, I say everything in moderation, including moderation. So you don't want to be perfectly moderated. You have to let it slip every once in a while and bring it back to that balance point. Or at least that's how I do it. Because nothing ever stays static. So I might reach the perfect equilibrium with regards to consumption and indulging and all this kind of stuff. But as time goes on, I find that I start to slip a little and I start to indulge a little more, and then I have to bring myself back. So it's a constant process of balance and regaining balance. But anyways, that's my experience with impulse control and with aligning my doing with my thinking. That's all I've got for you today, my friends. Thanks once again for joining me, and live well.